Hey guys, it's Lisa from Pampered Chef. I'm in my own kitchen here on Long Island. Thank you so much for joining the Facebook group. I wanted to do a really quick and easy recipe called grilled chicken penne al fresca, and that's a pasta recipe that doesn't require us to boil any water on top of the stove. We're going to be using the 4-quart Dutch oven rock crock, which if you are looking in the online catalog, it's on pages 16 and 17. Same is true for a paper catalog. And this product has been out 5 years this month actually, and this product is so revolutionary because it's going to work on the stovetop, in the oven, under the broiler, in the microwave, on the barbecue. It goes in the refrigerator, the freezer, and in the dishwasher, which is a godsend. So today, what I'm going to show you is how to put a quick and easy recipe together in less than 17 minutes, or actually less than 20 minutes. It'll take 17 minutes. So I have nothing in my rock crock right now, and I'm going to be adding some cherry tomatoes. Now the reason why I like this dish so much is because I don't have to light the stove. It takes less than 20 minutes. It doesn't require any oil. I'm just going to add, I'm only halving the recipe because I'm making it for my dad. He's going to be 92 next week and he lives with me. Has his own apartment downstairs, but whenever I need to do some videos, I tell him, Dad, don't worry, dinner's on me tonight. So I have about a half a container of cherry tomatoes, and the prep work is usually just pop these in the microwave for 5 minutes so that if you want to crush them, you can use the mix and chop. And if this is a tool you've not yet been introduced to, this is a fabulous addition to any kitchen because you can use it to crush up any kind of ground meats or tomatoes or potatoes or make scrambled eggs, and it's safe for non-stick pans. So if you want to do that one little step, you put this in the microwave covered for 5 minutes until the tomatoes burst and get a little mushy, and then you can go in and chop them up. I skip that step entirely. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some raw pasta. Now, I usually, when I'm at a live cooking show, I ask for a show of hands who's Italian, because cooking pasta without having to boil water is considered foreplay in my house. I've been doing Pampered Chef for 21 years this April, and when I found tools that let me skip over that hard task of waiting for a pot of water to boil, stirring the pasta for 15 minutes, getting an involuntary facial, when I could skip over that, I was a happy person. So I have a half a pound of raw pasta, and if you've never met me before today, I'm not gonna do any tricks, but you can tell it's raw. So we have a half of a box of raw pasta, and I'm using penne. I love mezze penne because that gives you a lot more volume, but today I'm just using regular penne. And I'm going to be adding some chicken broth and a little bit of white wine. So the chicken broth, it adds just a different dimension of flavor for when you're cooking pasta. So if this was a full pound of pasta, I would be putting in 3 cups of broth. But today, I'm just going to be putting in 2 cups, and then I'm going to be adding a little bit of white wine. Now, wine cooks off during the cooking process, so if you're worried about when you're serving this to kids, not going to affect them. So I'm going to be putting in a total of 2 3/4 cups of liquid. And then I'm going to be adding some garlic. I don't know how many of you walk around smelling like dinner all day, but you don't have to with Pampered Chef. We have 2 products that you can use to prepare your garlic. One is the garlic press, where you put the garlic in with the skin, it crushes it, the garlic comes out, and then the skin goes in the garbage. Or you can use the peeler and the slicer set, which I'm going to show you now. So it comes with a little silicone tube. You simply stick the garlic in, you do a little spin on the counter or on the cutting board, and then the garlic does a little strip-tea act. So now the skin is completely off the garlic. I'm going to put it in the slicer, and this is going to just go around in one direction, kind of like a pencil sharpener, and you have paper-thin slivers of garlic. Paper thin. And then it comes apart in 3 pieces, and you can go right in the dishwasher with it. So the actual slicer is 3 pieces, plus you get the peeler. So it's the garlic peeler and slicer set. Now I'm going to be adding some salt, and Pampered Chef makes a Himalayan salt that's all natural. If you suffer from high blood pressure, or you have diabetes, or you're pregnant, you probably really need to slow down on your salt intake. So, oh, that's the pepper. I should really pay attention. Sorry about that. The Himalayan salt that Pampered Chef sells is all natural. The little pink crystals in the salt actually contain the minerals that are important to our bloodstream. So it's going to mimic a healthy bloodstream sodium level. It's not going to spike our blood pressure. So my 92-year-old dad gets to use this and only this. So you're seeing I'm using a lot of salt, and that's to prove a point. Even though you're not going to be able to taste this recipe at my live cooking shows, guests are astounded at how much salt I actually put in and how they cannot detect it when they're tasting the recipe. It's really cool. But you do need a grinder. This is one of our older styles. We have a new stainless set. It's actually in my car because I have a show tomorrow. But the Himalayan salt is useless to you unless you own a grinder or you're going to purchase one of our grinders. So I'm just going to give this a quick stir. I'm going to be using our chef's tongs. These actually stay up when they're in your tool turnabout, and then you click them and they open when they're down. I'm just going to give it a quick stir. So this recipe is actually going in the microwave. A full pound would cook in 17 minutes, so I'm going to put this in for about 13 minutes. And then when it comes out, it's going to be completely cooked. We're going to add some of that grilled chicken I made earlier. If you have been watching the group, I grilled some chicken this morning on my indoor grill pan. But let me just go back to explaining the Rock Rock. So the Rock Rock 4-quart Dutch oven was the first size and shape to come out. And we were just in awe of the ability to use it stovetop, oven, broiler, microwave, refrigerator, freezer, dishwasher, and barbecue. It was crazy. My dog's about to bark, so I'm going to set him outside just a sec. If you're friends with me on Facebook, Teddy is part of my life, and he gets all my attention now that my kids are grown. Okay, so getting back to the Rock Rock. So you can use it on all those appliances, and they go in the dishwasher. So it's going to revolutionize your kitchen. And sometimes people come and join me at a cooking show and they say, Lisa, you know, I didn't come here tonight looking to learn how to cook in the microwave, but they are so impressed with the way the recipe came out. They could have never guessed in a blindfold test that was cooked in the microwave. That 4-quart Dutch oven right now that I'm using, you could take a 5-pound chicken, season it up however your family enjoys it, and cook it in your microwave in 30 minutes. Now, you're thinking, tap your screen. Did she say chicken and microwave in the same sentence? Because that's disgusting. I totally agree. But Pampered Chef has created a product that doesn't make it disgusting. It makes it possible for a chicken to be cooked in the microwave, and it will taste exactly like you did it the long way in the oven, basting and paying attention to it. Quick funny story, I was never really good at a roasted chicken. I wasn't interested in basting and things, so it would come out dry. So after a while, I kind of gave it up. So one night when I decided to finally take this thing for a spin with a chicken, because so many people were bragging about it, I served it to my husband for dinner, and he saw me not really, you know, I wasn't quick to sit down, and I was waiting for him to taste it. And he's like, oh, Costco chicken tonight? And I looked at him and I said, no, that's my chicken. He's like, no, it's not. I go, yes, it is. So if you've ever been in a big box club and you've tasted their rotisserie chickens, they're pretty delicious, and they're juicy and very inexpensive. You can spend $5 on a chicken and get it already cooked. So I said, no, it's a new recipe. So he said, well, why aren't you eating it? And I said, because I cooked it in the microwave. Okay. So he didn't care at all about that part. So he dug in and he goes, wow, it looks great, and it tastes exactly like the Costco chicken. So the very first show I went to, and I had told this story, somebody sitting close by in the person's kitchen said to me, Lisa, if I can go to Costco and spend $5, I can come out with the chicken already cooked. It's easier than me buying this pot. So I looked at her and I couldn't disagree, but I said, if you could teach me to go into a big box club and spend only $5, I'll give you a Rock Rock. I come out with a $400 chicken. It's sitting on lawn chairs with pool chemicals and clothes and things like that. So everybody kind of knows. But here's the story on Costco rotisserie chicken. It's pumped full of hormones and salt. So if that's something that your diet or your doctor doesn't approve of, you probably want to steer clear of eating that or eating it as often as it's delicious. Trust me. We have brought many of those chickens into our home, but it's really not great for our health. So if that pot could cook a chicken in 30 minutes and it tastes delicious and looks delicious and it's the right color and it's the right texture, and it could do pasta in less than 20 minutes, and it could do all kinds of recipes, imagine how this is going to make your life easier. Now, we did take it one step further, and we came out with other sizes and shapes. We have flat ones, square ones, round ones. One's half the size, so if you're single or you live with only one other person and you don't need 4 quarts, you can get the 2-quart and just have the recipes. I made half the recipe today in the big one because my theory is you can always make less in a big one, but you can't make more in a small one. So if your kids are grown or you're a grandparent or you have friends over on the weekend and you want to cook for additional people out of the norm, then you have the room and the ability to do it. After you rinse that pot out, you can make a chocolate molten lava cake in 11 minutes. And it's not even a Pampered Chef recipe. It's as simple as taking a box of chocolate cake mix, mixing it according to the box, so it's eggs, oil, water, dump it in that 4-quart Dutch oven, and then take a tub of regular chocolate frosting by the spoonful and just dollop it on top of the batter. You're going to cover it and you're going to microwave that for 11 minutes. What winds up happening is the icing is so dense that it's going to sink through as the cake is baking. It's going to sink through and it's going to go to the bottom and become that dark chocolate sea of love, if you will. It's just a chocolate moat, so that when you're spooning through 6 inches of moist cake, you're going to hit chocolatey greatness. And then you top it with some vanilla ice cream, and that's dessert. And you can make dessert for 20 people for $7. Cake mix, frosting, and a half a gallon of vanilla ice cream. I don't know where else you can go and give dessert to 20 people for $7. But that's what Pampered Chef is all about, folks. They want to give us the tools and the techniques to get families together around the table without the stress of dirtying a million pots and pans or having a million ingredients. Now I have stayed with this company almost 21 years because I not only have a lot of fun doing it, but it's a great source of income, and I truly feel like I'm doing a service when I go into people's homes and I can teach some people how to put a quick and easy meal on the table. Now, when I grilled that chicken earlier, I used our grill pan. Now, I live on Long Island, as you can tell by my accent. And the joke in my house is, if I want my husband to help me cook dinner, I can only get his assistance if it means him going outside. So if I was to give my husband a plate of chicken to go and grill, I'm talking this is going to be a half an hour minimum out of my life. He has to go outside, he has to light the grill, wait for it to preheat, he has to come in, get the meat, season it, take it outside, and then within 5 minutes I hear, can I get a plate? Can I get a knife? Can I get something to drink? Especially in the summer when it's hot. So I don't have that kind of time. When I want to cook dinner or I want to make myself lunch during the day and I want grilled chicken, I break out the big guns. Now this is our executive grill pan. It's the single burner. We also sell it in the double burner. So that's the one I take out most often in my house, so I can do a lot of cooking in one shot. But this is our new executive grill pan, and we've improved it in so many ways. We have now made a removable handle, and what that means to you is it's going to save some space in your cabinet and in your dishwasher. It is now non-utensil specific, so you can use metal in it. It never requires a drop of oil, nothing. So if you're on a diet and you can only have things without added fat, this is going to be your go-to pan. It also has a high side, so you can introduce liquids into the recipe. I'll do sausage and peppers in here. I'll do a bolognese sauce in here. I'll make panini sandwiches. You know, when the cold cuts are starting to go into, you know, what we call questionable status in my house, I'll get some Italian bread. I'll put a little bit of mayonnaise on the inside and some nice cheese, and I'll make a nice warm oozy-goozy sandwich. Oozy-goozy, I don't know if that's a word. You can cook your French toast on here. Do your pancakes on here. Somebody said to me at a show one time, but my pancakes will have grooves in them. And I said, that's to catch all your syrup. And they were like, oh my God, I'm never going to make pancakes any other way. You can make things like a grilled salad. If you ever go to a restaurant and you see grilled iceberg lettuce salad, they're like $11 or $12. They're probably more in New York. I don't order them. But do your grilled shrimp. Do your grilled asparagus. I'm back on Weight Watchers. I've been on Weight Watchers most of my life. I just watch myself gain weight. But this season I have dedicated myself to eating more grilled foods than ever before and doing a lot more walking. And the walking is so important for our mental health as much as our physical health. I'm actually dressed in my walking gear because after this, I'm done with this video. I have to go and take my dog. But this cooks on dry heat. So you never, ever, ever have to oil it. You can do grilled shrimp and asparagus in 5 minutes. Just heat it up to a really high temperature. It works on glass top. I don't know if you can see it in the background. My stove is glass top. It'll also work on electric, and it will work on gas. It just won't work on the one with the magnetic top. I think that's induction. It just won't work on that one. We have many pieces. This isn't really about a cookware demonstration, but I wanted to show you that because the handles are removable on a lot of the pieces, they are interchangeable. So if you wanted to have a couple of pieces of cookware with removable handles, you don't have to remember which handle goes to which pot because they're all interchangeable. Okay, this is the saucepan. It comes with a beautiful glass lid, all dishwasher safe, non-metal specific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that pasta to finish, and all I'm going to do is add some fresh basil. I wish I could say I grew it, but it's winter, so I couldn't. But even in the summer, I don't have a green thumb. So I'm going to add some fresh basil. I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to add that grilled chicken that I did earlier. And that is dinner, folks. So if you've enjoyed this presentation and you would like to book your own virtual show, because you may not live local to me, I would love to be able to get you a lot of the items that you want absolutely free or at a very deep discount. And when you host with me, no one's order will ship to your home. Everything goes right to the customer as soon as the order is placed, but the orders rack up at my website, and then you get to redeem some generous host benefits. So I hope you've enjoyed this demo, and I welcome any comments. Thank you so much.